Hi, Sherilyn. How are you? It's Troy.
Hi, Troy.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
We're here.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Here we go. I had the wrong setting. Lots of snow where you are, Sherilyn?
Oh, we just got some, so finally it
Yeah.
looks like Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got some today too, eh, Kelly?
We did, and my wonderful husband just shoveled it all, so we can just go and enjoy a nice walk after this. Love him.
Now we've got lots of cold, so the lakes are freezing for ice fishing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda. Good to see you. It's Troy. Oh, she's muted.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you. You can't see me. I got my camera off, but
Oh, it's okay. I didn't think I was going to get on because my internet was off for a bit. So I was busy making soup and I thought, oh, I better run and check. So I came to check and the internet was on, but then I didn't have my sketch done. So now I'm sketching the little guys.
all right.
They're so cute.
Aren't they cute? And I just love gnomes.
I have a new infinity for them too. I've been wanting to paint one for like the last month and I just haven't had time. So I was thrilled when Kathy put it out
Yeah,
for today.
that's great. Well, I did do ceramics at one time. So I made them then, you know, their legs hung over the fireplace, like if you put them on a fireplace type thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, I love them too. And a lot of people are making them out of material right now.
I almost
Gnomes are
made one.
cute.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I said gnomes are cute.
I almost made one with the the Christmas tree ones. With the tomato cage. You can get a tomato cage and put like cedar branches or different kind of greenery, and then you put a little hat and then you can put it outside. They're really cute.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen those.
If you look it up, like you can YouTube it. It doesn't look
Okay.
hard to make. And you
I
just
will.
tie the branches on the tomato cage. You turn the tomato cage upside down
Okay, I'll Google it then.
like that. And then you put your branches, real or artificial, and then you make a little hat, or you can put a little Santa hat or whatever you want. And put little mitts, just 2 pieces of material. They're adorable.
Thank you. I'm going to try that then.
You'll have to show us if you do when you come to art next time.
Yeah, well, up here in God's country, we have lots of free cedar everywhere. So
Yeah.
I'll probably have to make one now.
I just looked them up. They are really cute.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing one with some artificial. Yeah, look at that, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a picture up there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can see that, Sherilyn. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
that's cute.
Yeah.
If
They're
you
very
so,
cute.
you can make your own hat or whatever.
Or just like steal a hat or something.
Yeah.
I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Or different ones. You could
Well, I'm
use
glad.
even a stocking for a hat.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I'm glad you mentioned it because I was wanting something different for a Christmas tree. And I'm like, every day, every morning I'm asking, you know, spirit or whatever. I'm like, well, where's my tree? So now I can see that this is what I was waiting for.
Now you have an idea for a
I'll just make
tree.
it into a tree now.
I think you might have to leave it outside though, because I don't know how long the greenery would last without water.
Well, it'll last pretty good in cedar because I've got cedar and water all over the place here.
Oh, perfect.
You just put it in water, it'll keep.
But the stems are at the top?
The branches are at the top, yeah,
Oh, okay.
and they're down in the water. But anyway,
Oh.
I can leave it outside till that day and then just bring them in that morning.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
Wow. Well, you just wouldn't put lights on it and then you wouldn't have a problem.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
How are
So
you, Kathy?
I'm good. I'm very good. We're having a wind event here for the next
Yeah.
2 days, sustained wind. So
Right.
if it flickers my internet, that's why, but we are live and we're good to go. So I'm okay. I have 2 different services. One is on my phone and one is on my laptop. So if one goes, we have a backup, so not to worry. But for those of you that are on, we're making cards today. So if I lift up this piece of paper, you can see that I've actually got a card. So this is a 6 by 9 piece of paper folded in half again horizontally. You could do these gnomes the other way. You could have them standing with your card this way as well, but for today, we're going to do them both the same direction. So we have the gnomes, and I'm going to move those back a little bit, and we'll start to paint. Just going to make sure there's nothing blocking my view here. There we go. So we have the gnomes, we have a group of 3, and we have 2, we have a boy and a girl at the bottom. So we'll do them the way that I work with 2 pictures, I work with one, let it dry, and then move to the next one. So this is fairly simple and should go fairly quickly. The biggest thing that we have that we're working with here today is colors. So we're going to work with lighter colors to start, and then we'll come back and we'll really darken them. So let me just get my paints open here. You'll want 2 water buckets, one for clear water, one to rinse your brushes off. You'll want a marker of some sort. If you're going to write Merry Christmas or Ho 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 on your picture, then you'll just want a marker of some sort, unless you're comfortable painting with black paint with a tiny brush. So if you're going to write the message Merry Christmas or Ho 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 on your card, then pencil it in before you write, and then you'll have, it's almost the effect of a paint by number. So we'll start with the little, the trio, the set of 3, and we're going to make purple. If you already have purple, good, but if you don't have purple, purple is a mixture of red and blue. So it doesn't have to be a very dark purple to start. It just needs to be a combination of red and blue together. As I said, we're going to go back through and it will dry 20 to 30% lighter than when we put it on. So we will go back over again. But what we want to do, you can decide. I've chosen to do mine in orange, blue, and purple. And the reason that I chose those colors is they really stand up with the background of the ochre. So we're not going to do the background first. We're actually going to do that after. So think about colors that are going to look good against each other. So with the purple, we'll just start from the outline, and we're just going to draw the outline of his little hat. We're just going to fill that in with that light purple color or purple color. We will go back and make it darker. It's just a quick fill in. We don't want it to look too even or too perfect around the face. So a jagged line is good. And we're we're going to match his body. So we have little hands drawn on his body. There's little arms. So we're going to go around those arms, down the side, make your little foot. And then we just want to zigzag in and around that beard just to give a really full bearded look. And as I said, don't worry too much about the darkness of the color. Yes, the card itself is darker, but that's because we're going to do the watercolor effect of layering color on color. Now, while you still have that purple color, we're going to move to the little gnome down below on the boy and girl on the other card. And we're going to paint her hat. In the purple. Now she has a fringe on her hat, and you can choose to leave that fringe white if you like. If you're going to leave that fringe white, then just avoid, and we'll go around that little heart on her, on top of her hat. Just leave that little heart white for now. We're just going to fill that all in. And while we still have that lavender or light purple, we're also going to do her body. Christmas is coming, the colder weather is here. Lots of activities going on, lots of plans derailed or last minute changes because of requirements. So just enjoy the process and the time that we have here, and not to worry too much about what else is going on around the world. Just focus on your little gnomes. We'll just paint around the little hearts. And just loosen up your grip on your brush if you find you're holding it tight. And just drop your shoulders down if you find that you're tensing up. Just relax into what we're doing, the project at hand. And if you find you're holding your breath, just take a deep breath and just relax. Drop your shoulders while you exhale. And we'll move over to our middle elf on the top, and we're going to do the hat in blue. And again, it doesn't have to be an even line for the top of the head or for the top of the hat where it meets the face. And we'll just paint all of that in blue. And we know it's going to dry lighter than when we put it on, so we'll come back and we'll do that again. So if you miss a spot or you feel it's too light, don't worry, we're going to come back again. We'll use that same blue, but we'll be aware of his arms. So we're not going to paint his little arms. And we're just going to do a zigzag pattern where his beard is. So we'll just fill in that little foot. Now I'm choosing blue and purple and an orange and a red. If you want to do the other little gnome green or any other color you choose, this is your card and your gnome. So feel free to change it up to your liking. And while we've got that blue out, we're going to use the blue for the gnome, the little boy gnome down below. And again, zigzaggy hat where it meets the face. And we'll just paint all of that in that blue color. I want to leave a great big blue beard or white beard. So I'm going to leave lots of white space for his beard. Just tucking in a little bit of color at the side, just to make it look like his beard is overlapping. Painting in his little feet. Okay, and if you're holding your brush really tight, just take a deep breath, drop your shoulders, release that grip. And so you can see from the original to the one we've just done, there's quite a bit of difference in the depth of the color. We will be darkening that. With a deep breath and an exhale, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint my third little gnome. His hat in an orange color. You can make this red, you can make this green, you can make this turquoise, whatever color you decide. It's your card and your gnome. So this is about you and you exploring your own sense of fun and adventure. And I'm going to match the body. So again, I'm going to put a few little strokes at the side of the beard on the one side and come down the body just to show a little bit of that, the clothing or the gnome colors, which will make the beard look more fluffy or more jagged, more gnome-like, I suppose. So the next color that we'll go into is for the gnome's noses. And for that, I chose ochre. If you don't have a color called ochre, if you mix yellow and a light brown together, you'll come up with ochre. So I'm going to do all of their noses, starting with the very first one I did, and then moving down to the bottom one. And the reason that I'm doing it in this order is so I'm giving my orange gnome a chance to dry. So if your noses, you look at your card and the noses aren't as big as you'd like them to be, then go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Each of those gnomes is a nice ochre colored nose. Well, there's a little dot in the middle of that ochre nose on the orange gnome. And I'm going to leave that little dot white. So it just looks like there's a little bit of a shadow. And I've also got the ochre on my brush, so I'm going to go ahead and paint that star on the end of the orange gnome's hat. I've got a star on my blue gnome on the bottom card. And I want to paint that in ochre as well. I'm going to move to my red color and I'm going to do the little ball on the end of the hat of the blue gnome on the top card. And I'm going to paint the hearts on my little gnome down below. My girl gnome has a heart on the end of her hat. She has another little one on her hat and one on her body. And for the gnome up top on the right hand side, the purple gnome, I'm going to take the blue color and I'm going to make stripes on his hat. I'm going to start from one side and just work my way over to the other. So he's going to have stripes over top of the purple. Here's some of the stripes done already. And then I want to take a really dark purple. So I want to mix blue and red together. And I'm going to do the body of that first gnome in a really dark purple. Over top of the purple that's already there, I want it to be quite a bit darker. And I'm going to move to my gnome below with the same dark purple. Just being careful to go around the hearts that I painted. And I'm going to paint that in darker as well. Again, that's a mixture of the blue and red together. Makes a nice dark purpley color. And I'm going to do her outfit. Again, in that dark purple, the blue and red mix. Leaving that gap for that rounded little curl on her beard. Just going around that heart. Taking a deep breath, just painting and enjoying these cute little gnomes. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint in that little fringe on her hat. Just a little bit lighter purple. And that little gnome down the bottom, the little boy gnome beside her, I'm going to paint in a solid dark blue. So I'm leaving the beard white, but I'm darkening up that blue now. So again, it's watercolor paint on paint. And we've given enough time for that nose to dry, so it shouldn't run. And again, we're just going to fill it in that dark blue. And from the bottom gnomes, I'll move back up to the top gnomes. I've got my purple one done on the right-hand side. And I'm going to use dark blue on the middle one. It's the same blue, but a different, quite a bit different, not so much water. And if you find when you're painting, your edges start to expand a little bit and your gnome gets a little bit bigger, that's okay. You just need to remind yourself it's just a piece of paper. And we'll paint his outfit, his little pants. But again, I'm going to avoid painting those arms. I want his arms to remain white for now. This little trio up top is a little more scruffy than the ones down below. The ones down below, I'm going to leave them with beards as white as snow. But the little gnomes at the top, I'm going to give them a little bit definition on their beards. So with black and a small brush, I'm going to water it down a little bit, make it into a light gray color. And I'm going to give them some whisker look on their beards. Just a little bit of a whisker look. So nothing too full, but just a little bit of marking. And because I want all three hats to look different, I'm going to use the same gray. And I'm going to put some lines from the bottom of the hat right up to the star, just inside the hat. just to make that look a little bit different than the other two. With the color ochre or yellow and brown mix, I'd like to give my middle gnome some arms, and that's the color ochre that I'm going to use just to give him some arms. And my purple gnome, I'm going to give him blue arms. So he's getting some blue arms. And he's just looking like he has his hands in his pockets. Excuse me. We're going to paint our background. We haven't painted that yet. So we're using ochre with a bit of water. So I'm just brushing it on in and around the card. I don't want it to be totally dark. I want it to be a little bit watery, but not watery enough to actually run into the picture, into our gnomes, but enough that we get a touch of ochre all around. And again, if you don't have ochre, this is a mix of yellow and brown together. And we just want to give a nice little background. And it doesn't even have to be even in any particular spot. If it's lighter in one spot and darker in another, that's okay. I'm just going to use the same amount of paint that's on my brush. I'm not going to add a whole lot more. I just want to have just a look. I just touched my brush in the water a little bit just to get some of that ochre paint on my brush. And I just want to have the look of a background for them. So there's just that ochre all around the gnomes. And I'm going to do the same color with the ochre on the gnomes on the bottom. So I just want to put that color around the outside edges. Around down the bottom, in between them. And just use your brush with what it's got on it. If your brush starts to dry a little bit, just touch it in water and then touch it on your paper towel. So I deliberately, someone asked earlier, they were emailing me about edges curling on your paper. And if you put a whole lot of water on your paper, then your edges may curl if you don't tape it down. So taping it down makes a difference. Although this one, we're not wetting the whole thing, we're just using a bit of wet paint. So my edges on these cards haven't curled at all. Now in my paint tray with my ochre, I'm going to make a bit of a puddle. I'm going to make it fairly wet. And I'm going to use a medium brush. And I'm going to tap the color on my finger. So I'm going to use my finger as the guide. And I've got wet paint on my brush. And I'm going to tap and watch the color come onto the picture. So it gives almost a sparkly look or a snowfall look. And it's in ochre is the color that I'm using. So I'm tapping the color onto my picture. And I'm not concerned about getting paint on my gnomes' faces. It's if I want to have that effect of snow or a wet look, then I want it to be on the whole thing. So I'm just tapping that paint on my finger, not actually touching the picture. And the effect that you get is a look of drops on your picture. So there's the look of drops. And there, some of them have gone onto the beard, and that's okay. So again, I'll do that again for anyone that hasn't had a chance to do that or to see what was done. So I'm using the side of my finger as a guide, and I'm just holding my finger steady, and I'm knocking the brush onto my finger and letting the paint splash off my brush onto my card or onto my canvas. We'll do a few more up top, and you can see, so it's a splash of paint. And it takes a bit of practice. So there's just a bit more. And then with the pen, the pen marker, I'm just, because there's 3 gnomes here, I decided to write ho, 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 one from each of them for my card. Ho, ho, ho. And I'm choosing to put my signature on the front of the picture. But if you wanted to, you could make like a Hallmark card and write on the back of it is where you would put your signature. Made for you with love by, and put your name there. You decide at this point what your artist signature is. And on the top of this one, I'm just going to say, Merry Christmas. And that's up to you, what you want to, you could say season's greetings or happy holidays or whatever you decide to put on there. And so there's some Christmas cards that I hope you will agree that adult or children alike would enjoy receiving those. So there's your Christmas cards, or just another idea, but I hope you've had fun doing those today.
Hi there, Kathy. I have a question.
Yes.
I was wondering for the gnomes on the bottom.
Yes.
You didn't like right now. I still have an outline of the pencil on the beard. Is that okay, or did you go over that with
For the outside,
Yeah, like
you
this.
could if you wanted to use a light gray. I'll just use a light gray and show you. So just use a light gray and just outline that.
Oh,
Just
okay.
on the outsides, if you
Okay.
wanted. Yep,
Awesome. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks.
So we're a few minutes before 3 o'clock. Is there anybody that's ready or willing or wanting to share their gnomes? I'm always interested in what colors people choose, if they've changed them up, if they've made their patterns different.
Sure, I'll show you mine.
Thanks, Lisa.
Okay, I copied you exactly.
Okay. Oh, very cute.
Nope.
Nice. Lovely.
I've
Beautiful.
never drawn. I don't know anything about gnomes. Never drawn one. So, thank you for
Well, you did a good job.
bringing me to the gnome world.
Very good. Into Gnome World, your new world.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for sharing. All right, let's see gallery view. Who we got? We'll start. Maybe I'll just start with how I see you. So Sherilyn.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, nice. Very good.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Lovely.
Thank you.
Nice. Do you know who you're going to, do you know who you're going to give those to yet?
I'm keeping them. I can't give anything away yet.
Okay. All right. Good for you.
Maybe when I've made a lot more, but right now they're still my treasures. I'm hanging on to them.
Oh, oh, very
We'll see.
good. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. All right. Who do I have Kelly next. Are you ready, Kelly, or do you want me to move on and come back?
I can show you. I'm not done them, but it's done enough.
Okay. Oh, nice. Very good. Very good. I like your little arms too. I like the way you, and little mitts. Good job. Nice.
Do you like his little mouth where he's going to say ho ho ho?
Oh, I didn't notice the mouth. Oh, good.
And
Good for you.
and he's smirking.
Oh, a saucy gnome. Good for you. And Linda.
I decided just to do them on one large piece of paper, so I'm going to hang them on the wall. They can be my new friends. And
Oh,
they're not
nice.
quite finished.
Oh, I like your
Need a bit
stars
more.
too. Yeah.
But I really like the spattering technique. That was great.
Yeah, it is a neat one. Good for you. That looks nice.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It's lots of fun to do.
And Lauren,
Oh, the
we have
lights.
you on mute. I'm not sure if you're
Yes.
ready to share. Oh, and Abby was
Can you
sharing.
see
Thank
that?
you.
Sorry,
I'll come,
the light's not very good.
yep, I'll come back to you, Abby. We're just at Lauren for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the one I did.
Nice.
I haven't added Merry Christmas yet. And
Very
this
good.
is Josie. She's my
Hi.
sister. And
Hi, Josie.
she did these guys.
Oh, good for you. Yes, nice.
Love it.
Nice.
I picked some
Nice.
zany colors, but I think they turned out they're really sweet. This was a cute idea. Yeah, this was fun. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But that's what's nice about it. Then I can see what other people decide for colors. And Abby, okay, I met you, Abby. I can see yours. Oh, they're really curly tops. Very nice. Nice.
Very cute.
Yeah. Do you know who you're going
I
to give
really
your
enjoyed
card?
doing that. Thank you, Kathy.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Good. I know that you've got a family thing, so I won't hold you up. But I'm glad that you joined us. Thank you.
I always join you. I always, the problem is it always falls around my family things, but I've got a bit of time this time, which is good.
Oh, nice. Nice. And I think the video recording comes out by end of week by Troy.
Oh, that's fine. I did actually finish that off actually. Let me show it you. Let me just, can you see that?
Oh,
Well, there you go. Oh, nice long shadows too. Yeah, your trees are pretty.
Yeah, I did actually finish it off.
Yeah, nice color in the background too with your sun. So yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Turned out good. All right, let's see. Lindsay. Lindsay, are you ready to share? You want to share?
I have, yeah. So that's
Oh,
one.
look at that. It's so bright. That's really pretty. Your colors are really bright.
That's
Nice.
the other one. Thank you.
Yeah. I like your little
Thank you.
beard on your girl too.
Thank you. The first time, so not painted in watercolor, not painted at all before, or drawn for a very long time. So I really enjoyed
Oh,
it. Thank you very much.
okay. Good. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm not sure if anybody else wanted to share. I have Yelena and Bertha and Kayon. If you're not ready to share, that's fine. If you wanted to, then we're open to seeing what you've done. Hi, Yelena.
Hi, I can share. For some reason all my screens went black, so I couldn't see others, unfortunately. But can you see me?
Yes,
Okay,
I can see you.
I'll
Yes.
share.
Oh, nice.
I can't even see my
Very
own
good.
screen, so I don't
I
know.
can see the top. Hold it. I can only see the top. So hold it up higher.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's the little guys at the bottom. Nice. I like their little hats. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. So don't let this be the last time that you do this. Practice and play and try other things. Next week, I'm not sure what we'll do, whether we'll do Christmas cards. It's coming close to Christmas. So if you need to mail them, then you might be running into a time crunch. But
Kathy, I think Lisa
so-
wanted to share.
yes, please, Lisa. Please share. Lisa, you're muted.
If it's me, Lisa, I already shared. I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Lisa shared earlier, Troy, but thank you. Thank you very much. Well, so don't let this be the last time that you paint. Try and play and practice and do other things with it. And you'll find your skills and your knowledge of color and your blending will start to deepen and you'll be a little more comfortable. I'm just looking at my laptop. I've got to wash it off because I've got paint splatter on it. So I guess we need more of a background. So,
Thank you, Kathy. It was so fun.
oh, you're most welcome.
Thanks, Kathy. I need to drop. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So much.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone.
See you
Thank you,
next
Kathy.
Kathy, thanks,
That was
Troy.
absolutely brilliant, as usual.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have
Bye-bye.
a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Sherilyn.
Kathy,
Bye.
Kathy, just a
Yes,
quick
ma'am.
question for you.
Yes.
The camera that's on you, is that your phone?
Mhm.
And the camera that's on the canvas is your laptop?
Yes.
I wonder, do you think it's possible to switch them? Because the camera on your phone has much better resolution. And when you bring the picture forward to your laptop camera, it doesn't adjust the focus and it's blurry, but your phone would. So I just think it would be a better experience on this end if it was a sharper, crisper picture. So if that's something you can try for next time.
Okay. All right. Next time. Thank you for that feedback.
No problem. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Troy.
And Kelly and I are going to stay on for a few minutes if you're okay with
Have
that,
a
Troy.
good week.
Yeah, I'll just leave the
Yes,
meeting
thank
running
you,
then.
Adrienne.
Yeah, or you
Okay.
can switch the host if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll switch the host to Kathy.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. See, are we doing next week?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because we're not quite Christmas yet. That was fun. I've been wanting to do a gnome I see pictures of them here, there, and everywhere, and I've been wanting to do one, so that was perfect.